Hey everybody, I am so excited that it is Oscars night here in America. I love award shows and I'm always looking to them for fashion and hair and makeup trend inspiration, so I'm really excited to pull one of those red carpet looks tonight and recreate that for you so that you can wear that really soon. So the look that I am going to recreate is that of Miss Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen is a model and she is John Legend's wife, and she just absolutely turned heads on the red carpet tonight. She has got a really nice bronze natural look and a really bold dark lip, which I absolutely love, especially for winter. So let me just go ahead and get started on this look right away. The first thing that I did was I sprayed MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime all over my face as a primer, and then I sprayed Sephora's Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation all over and then blended it in with my beauty blender. So that's the face that you're seeing right now. The first thing I noticed about Chrissy's look is that she's got a really nice highlight and contour going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by highlighting my face. I'm taking a fingernail size brush and the Perfect Face Picture Perfect Foundation in P2. And I'm just going to draw a nice wedge under my eye. And I'm just going to blend that out while that's still wet so that it looks really natural. Or at least so that it doesn't look like it has sharp lines. So now that I've highlighted and blended on both sides, I'm going to add highlight down my nose, starting in between my eyebrows and around my lips, just to give those lips a nice pop of light color. I'm blending that in. I'm blending this in up here. And again, I'm just dabbing, no rubbing here. Okay, so to set that, I am going to use a fluffy eyeshadow brush and a product by e.l.f. to set this highlight underneath my eye. I'm just gonna dust that onto my under eye area. Now that that is set, I'm going to move on to the contour, and for this I'm going to use a cream contour. Chrissy has got really nice voluptuous cheekbones, so I don't. So I'm going to use the contour color to create a really nice big apple on my cheek and really nice cheekbone. And to do that, I'm going to use a really dark foundation color by Cinema Secrets. It's 203-25, and a brush that's small enough to create the lines that I need but big enough to blend out. So I'm going to dip that into that product. I'm going to brush it off with my hand a little bit, and then we're just going to start, going to kind of draw like a Nike swoosh. And then I'm going to blend that in with the fat end of my beauty blender. And I'm just going to go up and down that line. And then I'm going to take the pointy end and kind of So as you can see, it's not super blended in at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spray foundation and I'm going to spray some of that on the beauty blender here, and I'm going to dab that into the apples of my cheeks and then around that contour area. So as you can see, I now have an illusion of a nice cheekbone right here. So I'm going to do that on the other side. Okay, so now I've got really nice Chrissy Chrissy Teigen cheekbones and apples on my cheeks, so we are ready to move on. So what I'm going to do at this point is I am not going to apply any powder because Chrissy's got a really nice shine going on her face. It's dewy, it's not greasy, so I don't want to mat that down with powder. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to add a little bit of blush. Chrissy doesn't have much on at all, but I just want to add a little bit of color to my face. And since all of this is slightly wet, I'm going to be really careful with how much blush I add. So I'm just using my Naked palette here that I love so much that y'all see in all of my videos. I'm using this color here, and I'm just getting a little product and really dabbing it off on the mirror. And then I'm just going to lightly go around the apples of my cheeks. So see, there you go. So you can see I have a little bit of color, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So once that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a shimmery highlight powder just to add a little bit of glow to my cheeks, just like Chrissy, and down my nose. So I'm using theBalm's Mary-Lou Manizer. And I'm just going to go down the bridge of my nose and just right here on the apples of my cheeks. Just ever so slightly. And then I'm going to put a little on my Cupid's bow. Okay, so the next step is Chrissy's got really nice full brown eyebrows. So I'm going to take an angled liner brush and my trusty Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in blonde, and I'm going to create a nice fullness to my brows by lining the bottom line of my brow. And I'm actually going to bring that line in a little bit because Chrissy's come in more toward the bridge of her nose than mine do. So again, this is creating the same look that Chrissy has. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of altering of my features in order to do that. So there, I've got a nice full brow that comes in a little bit more towards my nose. So now that I've got the eyebrow color filled in like I want it, I'm going to use Benefit's Gimme Brow. It's a brow gel that is also filling, and I'm just going to fill in and smooth out these hairs in my eyebrow just to give it a little bit more fullness like Chrissy. Okay, now on to the fun part. Eyes. Chrissy has a really nice bronze eyeshadow. It really looks to be only a couple of colors, so I am going to get started on that right now. First, before we put any eyeshadow down, we've got to use a good eyelid primer, and I'm using Put a Lid on It by theBalm. I'm going to squeeze a little bit out, use my middle finger to dab that onto my eyelids. Not too much, but just enough to get it all covered. And then I'm going to use the highlight color in this Naked palette, and I'm going to go over my entire lid with this color just to give it a nice gold tone to start out with. I'm going to kind of blend that out. Okay, and next what I'm going to do is I am going to take a really nice bronzy peach color almost. This is a palette from Coastal Scents, and I will be using this color here, which in the camera seems a little bit reddish, but I want it to come across more red bronze than brown bronze. So that's what I'm going to use on my lids. And I'm just going to go over the crease. And now I'm going to use another brush, and I'm going to use this bronzy, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a bronzy gold color, like an oil rubbed bronze color. And I'm going to start in the crease, and I'm going to blend that all the way into that other color that I was using. So the other color was to bring some warmth, and then this is bringing the depth of the bronze. Remember, one of the things that I always say is you always want to keep a eyeshadow brush that has no product on it that you use to kind of blend out those edges. So I'm just using this brush here to blend out. See how much better this eye looks than that eye? And then I'm going to dust it off on my shirt. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just get that all blended in. So for the bottom lash line, I'm going to use a smudge brush. And I'm just going to roll that into this brown color that I used. And then I'm just going to go along the bottom lash line. You do not have to be precise here. It's all about the shading. It's not about precision necessarily. You don't want it to look messy, but it also doesn't matter a whole lot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush that has the under eye setting powder on it, and I'm just going to kind of go over that bottom line to make that a little more precise. I'm going to use this angled liner brush, and I'm going to dip that into a dark brown color that I will add to the V area, just to give that little bit of like smoldering bronze goddess look that Chrissy's got going on. And that will help blend everything together as well. And I'm just going to blend that more into the crease. So once you have everything blended out the way you want it, it's time to highlight. So take your highlight brush, and I'm going to dip this back in the Mary-Lou Manizer because we don't want it to be too much. We don't want it to be like a silvery highlight color. This is a really nice golden color that goes great with a bronzed look. So I'm just putting that in my tear duct, and then I'm also going to just put it right on the outer part of the bottom of my brow bone just to give that a pop. And then I'm going to take it and just do a little bit right there and right there just to clean it all up and make it look nice. Okay, so that's it for eyeshadow. And for eyeliner, Chrissy doesn't appear to have a whole lot on, especially not on the bottom. But on the top, I'm just going to take a simple brown liner, and I'm just going to add a really smudged, minimal amount of eyeliner to the top. So as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of eyeliner on the top, and I'm going to keep it that way, but I am going to add a lot of mascara. And to do that, I'm going to use my Benefit They're Real mascara. I'm just going to go over my lashes like so. So to complete the look, I'm going to add a set of half lashes because Chrissy's eyes look to be really wide set and flirty on the end, so I just want to emulate that look. So to do that, I'm just going to use my Duo Lash Adhesive, brush that on, and then I'm just going to place my lashes on the outer half of my eye. And this does dry clear, so if you mess up, have to pick them up and replace them, it is a-okay because it will dry clear and there will be no harm done. Just like when you're in elementary school and you're using Elmer's glue and you mess up, it's okay, it's all good. So now that I've got my lashes on, there's really only one step left, and to me it's the most important step, and that is that awesome dark plum lipstick that Chrissy is wearing. I'm so excited because this past holiday season, MAC released a series of keepsakes lipsticks that are absolutely awesome. And I purchased one called Tribalist. And as you can see, it's a really nice dark purple color, which is almost exactly the color that Chrissy is wearing on her lips. So if you want to emulate the color on her lips, I would highly suggest you buying this. Again, that's MAC Tribalist. So then all you have to do is, since you've already got your lips covered with foundation, you're good to go on that with the staying power of the lipstick. So just put your lipstick on. Okay, so as you can see, this color by MAC called Tribalist is almost exactly the color that Chrissy is wearing on her lips tonight. So, and another thing to consider when you're wearing dark lipstick is that when you're applying it, just be really careful and use the pointy end to draw your lines as you want them, because that's why lipstick was designed this way, so that you can use it to go around the contours of your lips a lot more easily. So that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoy watching the Oscars, and I hope you watch this week's Tutorial Tuesday episode. It's going to be about a rocker ponytail that I like to wear a lot when I'm performing, with a nice poof and poof in the back too. So I hope you watch that and watch the rest of my videos. My name is Madison Dennis and I own MHD Beauty out of Nashville, Tennessee. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send me a message or leave a comment on any of these posts and I will be happy to get back to you. See you next time.